Hello and welcome back to Desert DIY. If you are new here, my name is Corey. In today's video, I'm going to show you 10 DIYs that will help you to make your house a home. I want to start out this video with this dresser and this nightstand. The reason for that is that I believe a lot of you watching might have some pieces that are like this, or you have mismatched pieces and you can't afford to go buy a brand new set. And this project is for you because it does not need to be an expensive brand new set from Ashley Furniture in order to make your house feel like a home. You can have two mismatched pieces that you picked up either from the curb or from a thrift store, and you can make them appear to be a set by using the same paint color. For the paint color on this set, I went with a really trendy color. It is very similar to one of the colors of the year, and it's like a taupe tan color. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. I actually asked my dad what he thought we should name this color, and he said that we should name it cashmere, and I thought that that was so perfect. Another way to make your house a home, but on a really tight budget, is to do it with mismatched or mistinted paints that are at the store on clearance. That is where I got this color. I got really lucky with it. The color has no name on it. I don't know what name it is to share with you guys, but it was really cheap. I think it was like $5 for the whole can, and I got to do both the dresser and the nightstand for really, really cheap. And I think that that's something really important for me to share, that you don't have to spend tons of money in order to make your house look like a beautiful home. And if you don't like this color, then just think about what color you would do it in. And then every time you're out and about, stop at Home Depot or stop at Lowe's or stop at Ace Hardware, or if you're in a different country than the US, you can stop at whatever hardware stores or paint stores that are near you and just see what they have on that mistint table, the clearance table, and see if any of those colors are a color that you would love to have in your home. And a lot of times you will find pretty trendy colors here because people are buying the trendy colors at the moment. And it may have just been mistinted, like to not match something in their house, or maybe they were trying to match it to a rug or match it to their carpet or their tile, and it just didn't work for them, but it could definitely work for you. So keep an eye out in those clearance sections every time that you're out. And then once you see the color that you want, you'll be ready to go and create this beautiful matched set look in your home. For the handles on this piece, I bought them in bulk on Amazon, and they end up coming out to around $1 a piece, and they're gorgeous and very large. So I will have those linked in my Amazon store in the description box down below. Looking at these pieces now, nobody would ever be able to know that they were not a matching set to begin with. Adding the matching hardware and the matching paint color, they now look like a beautiful cohesive set that will make your house feel like a home. For our next project, we are going to be working on a coffee table. Green is so in right now, so for that project, we are going to go very green. All I did for this green paint color was mix together a bunch of green paints that I had left over. I do this really often on my channel, and I think it's really fun, and I know you guys think it's fun to see what color it's going to come out with, because even I don't know when I start this. I'm just winging it anyways. But it turned out to this beautiful like asparagus or fern green color, and it made this coffee table look way more high-end and classy than this really shabby chic look that I had before. I got this table from Goodwill. I don't remember how much I spent on it, but it was probably around $10. But you may already have a coffee table in your home that is ready for a quick makeover using just some paint and a little bit of elbow grease. I like these kind of projects where we use what we have or we use thrifted items. One, because it's good for our planet when we're reusing things, and two, because it helps to save our budget. One of the best advices that my grandmother ever gave me was to not be house poor. And that means to not overspend on your home to where you cannot actually live your life. And that is why I like to do things to make my house feel like home, but on a small budget, just like I did with this coffee table. It was just a quick, easy paint makeover. The next makeover was already green, and I'm going to make it into a beautiful, calming gray-blue color. I adored this piece. I actually bought it off of an auction, and I spent more than I usually do on my flips with this piece because of that big slab of marble that was on the top. I believe I paid like $40 to $45 for this. And I thought that it was an antique, but it turns out it wasn't. It was like a remake of an antique, which I've never seen done in this style. And the handles were cute, but they stuck when you would turn the handle. They would kind of like get stuck and grind because of the weird serpentine shape of the drawer there. So I decided to fill those in and put in new handles. And all of these handles were from, I believe, TJ Maxx or Home Goods. If you didn't know, those stores have a lot of like little sets of drawer pulls and knobs randomly in their home decor shelves. I usually find it around like the office supplies section, and they're actually quite affordable. They're much more affordable than the ones you'd find at Home Depot or Lowe's. And I just went and had paint mixed to match the handles that inspired me for this color. And then I ended up using white handles so that this color would pop more against the marble. This dresser turned out absolutely beautiful. It looked like something that belongs in a French chateau. It looks more antique to me now instead of like a remake that was painted avocado green in the 60s. And I think that it would class up any home and make your home feel much more high-end and expensive than you actually spent to make it look that way. My next project is something that I wanted to share with you because it is about making your house a home by doing things special for your loved ones that share the home with you. This dresser was done in a very interesting faux finish. Whoever did it first tried their hardest to create a look that they were interested in having, and it just didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. So they sold it for a really low amount of money as a project piece, and it is a solid wood dresser. If you were to try and buy a solid wood dresser now, brand new, you could end up spending between $500 to $1,000 depending on where you bought it from. And if you were to buy it from a store like Pottery Barn or Anthropologie, or even pay somebody to custom make over this dresser, you'd be spending probably more than that. And when you want to make your house a home, you're doing it because you care about your home and the people that are in it. And this dresser was one that I did custom for my daughter. And in order to make her room feel special for her, we did it exactly how she wanted it. So this dresser is going to go from this weird purple and white finish to a beautiful light lilac purple color, and it's going to have some really blinged out handles on here, and they're really beautiful. And it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but the point is you're making it special for somebody that you care about, and that right there will help to make your house feel like a home. If you guys like these handles and wanted to buy them for yourself, I will have them linked in my Amazon store down below. Please excuse the funny light in this room, but we have a big skylight in this bedroom and it ends up creating shadows on things that I'm recording. But this is how it turned out. It looks very whimsy and happy, and it's just exactly my daughter's style, and that's the point of these type of projects. For my next set of DIY projects, I created a full collection of pieces that were all mismatched pieces from thrift stores and yard sales and all different places. I think Facebook Marketplace too. And I created a set using one color to bring them all together. And that color was this beautiful olive, like taupe green color. And it's a really neat color because depending on like what's around it, it kind of changes the way the color looks. So it may appear more tan or more green or a little bit gray, depending on the colors around it. And I'm going to start out with this solid wood desk. Now, some people refer to this as a dresser, but for me, it seems like a desk, so I'm going to refer to it as a desk. It had veneer pieces missing, and I believe I paid like $40 for this off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was in pretty good structural condition. The main thing is to always check that the drawers work. If you are a beginner with DIYing, you are not going to want to deal with a piece where the drawers need to be rebuilt or they don't slide correctly, just because that kind of can open a can of worms when you start working on it, and it may make the piece not worth it to you. So when you're buying secondhand furniture, I highly recommend that you check the function of all of the drawers before you decide to purchase it or not. Now, with some effort and time spent on this desk, it is going to turn out magnificent and very high-end looking. The lamp that I'm going to use to make this matching set was a cheap Goodwill find. I needed to just do a quick repair, and then I'm going to paint it to match this entire set. While waiting for the lamp to dry, I'm just using some Rub and Buff to revitalize these handles that were already on the piece. This plant stand had really good bones. I thought it was a gorgeous piece on its own. It just had some water damage on the top, and I thought that was a really good opportunity to paint it to match this set. If you're like me and you like to keep the history and the patina on older pieces like this, then this method is a really good method for you to try. All I did was lightly sand the top and then go back over it with a stain that was a similar color to the original, and that way I don't have to completely sand down to bare wood, and it's a much faster and easier way to refinish a wood top like this. This lampshade was looking a little boring, so I thought I would add a beautiful little nail head trim to it to kind of make it match along with the gold of the handles of that desk. Originally, I was going to use that flowery chair here, but I decided to go with this other chair that I had because I thought that it just went better with the gold tone. And now I'm going to fix up the frame of this painting to make it look more, I guess, high-end, a little more expensive compared to this weird faux, like, splattery finish that was on there already. I feel like this collection is such a timeless look, and if you are just starting out in a new place or trying to redecorate your current place, doing a collection like this is a really quick and easy way to make your house feel like home and cohesive, as if everything was meant to go together. Last but not least, I would like to show you how you could get some free or extremely cheap couches off of Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, or even on the side of the road sometimes, and make them into something really beautiful and modern looking. Or if you don't want modern, you can make it look how you want to make it look. The one thing I do always recommend is giving a really good cleaning to your pieces if you're finding them secondhand, because you don't know what's in there or what's been on there. You want to make sure that you're cleaning it really well before you bring it into your house. And another thing that I highly recommend is doing a treatment for bed bugs, regardless of whether or not you can see any activity of bed bugs. Usually you can see them. I'm lucky enough to have never had any pieces with bed bugs, although I have almost picked up something off the side of the road that had fleas on it, but thankfully I saw them jumping off of it as I was walking up to it and ran the other direction. But for this, I just painted the bottom, or my husband painted the bottom frame of this couch, and then I went and painted the little brass heads, the nail heads that are on the arms, and it gave it a completely new look. Another thing that you can do to make a couch or chair look completely different if it has good shape or good bones to it is to get some slip covers off of Amazon. Amazon has these like universal slip covers that everyone is selling on there now, and they fit just about anything. I've used them on recliners and they always look awesome. But they have them for couches as well. So if your couch has good bones, it still is comfortable, that is a really good option to help make your house a home. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!